Welcome to Veterans Perspectives. This is Jeff, your host, author, podcaster extraordinaire, whatever title you want to give me. And today's topic will be the Sheepdog Protocol, raising resilient kids in a predatory world. Today, we will be talking about parenting, something I have not done in a long time. I sprinkle parenting into most of my other content, but this is parenting specific. First, a word from our sponsor. It's us, as usual. It is our Etsy store. We have added a few more products, some sarcastic shirt products for the workplace, for teachers, for office workers, for whatever. And they're kind of hilarious. So I want you guys to check them out, see if you like them. Some of them have already sold, which is pretty awesome. So I'd like you guys to check them out. jkprintsgifts.etsy.com. Link will be down in the description. Free shipping on every product that you buy. We have shirts, mugs, sweaters, wall arts. We even have templates for teachers and students and parents for education that are made by me and my wife, who is a current teacher, and I am a former teacher. So yeah, and free shipping on everything. All of the profits go to help support us and our family. So thank you guys. Again, jkprintsgifts.etsy.com. I will leave the link down in the description. Thanks, guys. So again, the Sheepdog Protocol, raising resilient kids in a predatory world. I am recording this on the 17th of April, 2026, the same day that the blog, the newsletter, was actually released. I wanted to do this the same day because I really liked how the newsletter came out. We have three teenagers. We have a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a soon-to-be 13-year-old. She'll be 13 in a couple months. So you cannot throw your teenagers to the wolves, but you cannot coddle them. You must arm them with intuition, strength, and the ability to spot a threat. Okay? Now, I want to be perfectly clear. Okay? Throwing your kids to the wolves is pure stupidity. Okay? I do not advocate for that. I find that to be odd. That some, I'm not here to tell people how to parent their kids, but I will call out things that I disagree with. Throwing your kids to the wolves in the modern day simply doesn't work. I was born in 1981, so I fall into that weird Gen X millennial hybrid, the Xennial, right? Where a lot of me is Gen X, but some of me is millennial. I think there should be a marker to that, and tell me if you agree or disagree with me down in the comments. There should be a pre Game Boy and a post Game Boy Gen X, because I grew up without technology, and then with technology was introduced to me, and I love technology, as you see from my AI stuff. Uh, so I mean, I'm in that weird spot, right? I also didn't have the greatest parents growing up, so I didn't have the best role models from my in-home parents, but I had great role models from my aunts and uncles and my grandparents, right? And my friends had awesome parents that I had some great role models to pull from when I became a parent, right? But my in-home parentage was shit. So I kind of come from this weird mix of what the fuck do I do? How do I do it? And how do I make sure that I raise these three little people that I'm responsible for to not be shitty people in a world that is shitty, right? But also, how do I raise them to take care of themselves, to stand up for themselves, and to not be victims? Right? So we live in a culture that pushes us towards two dangerous extremes. One side says to bubble wrap your kids, shield them from every negative emotion. The other side says you need to throw them to the wolves to toughen them up. I do not believe in either extreme, right? Just like how I feel about politics. The extremes are stupid, okay? The wolves are real. Okay, you have to, like, if you look at the news, read the latest unsealed court documents, right? The Epstein files, which, by the way, they still haven't, I don't know, released half of them, because let's distract everyone with Iran and shit, right? There are predators in our society. We have to know that our world is dangerous. The natural instinct of a father is to build a fortress, to protect our family, right? When you look at your kids, your primary biological instinct and directive is to hold on to them for as long as humanly possible and to keep them safe. But here's the tactical reality. If you coddle them too much, if you fight every battle for them and you insulate them from all friction, you're not protecting them. You're turning them into the exact prey that manipulators look for. Now, I'm not saying walk away, don't be available to them. What I am saying is you have to teach them to stand up for themselves. You have to teach them resilience. You have to teach them how to build internal strength, how to trust their gut, how to identify the actual caring adults who will not exploit them. Always be there for them, right? Always have your door open to them, but teach them to stand up for themselves, right? I have this thing that I talk to my kids about. Don't be the polite victim. Modern society trains children to be polite, compliant, and deferential to authority figures. And I'm going to be real with y'all, that's bullshit. In a vacuum, respect is a good thing, but respect is earned and respect is a two-way street. Just because someone is older does not mean they automatically get respect. Sorry, that's not how I operate. Okay? In the real world, blind compliance is a massive vulnerability. When you have a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, and almost 13-year-old navigating complex social hierarchies in a shit world, okay, their greatest defense mechanism is their intuition. Okay, in the military, we call this situational awareness. Know what's going on around you at all times. When a room feels wrong or a person feels off, your gut is picking up your micro indicators before your conscious brain can even process them. Coddled kids are often taught to ignore that internal alarm system because they don't want to be rude. Fuck that shit. Rude? You must actively train your teenagers to be impolite when their radar goes off. If an adult or a peer makes them uncomfortable, they need to know they have your absolute unquestioned permission to walk away, to cause a scene, or to say no with force. They do not owe anyone a smile. They do not owe anyone a handshake or a hug. They do not owe anyone an explanation if their gut is telling them there is a threat. They don't owe anyone shit. The only thing they owe is themselves, their own safety. Vetting the pack, identifying safe adults. Part of protecting your teenagers is teaching them how to evaluate the adults around them. Not every teacher, coach, counselor, or youth leader has their best interests at heart. Just turn on the news for 10 minutes. Teenagers are naturally seeking independence and mentorship outside the home. That's part of growing up. And I'll be real, as a dad, that part's been hard for me. They need to learn the critical difference between an adult who wants to be their buddy and an adult who actually cares about their character. An adult who tries to act like their peer, who shares inappropriate personal details, who encourages them to keep secrets from their parents, or who tries to isolate them from the group is a massive red flag, and it's unacceptable. And kids, teenagers, think that's cool. Oh, cool. They're like me. That's cool. I want to hang out with that person. No. No, it's not. That is predatory behavior. A truly safe adult is someone who demands a high standard and protects the child while they try to reach that high standard. When your teenager is out there competing, dealing with the intense pressure of, say, a shot put circle like my oldest daughter, or the throwing field, a good coach will push them to their physical limits. That coach will correct their form bluntly, but that coach will also fiercely protect them from injury and will never cross the line into manipulation. Teach your kids to seek out mentors who make them stronger, not mentors who try to make them comfortable. Mentors are not there to be their buddy. They're there to push them safely. Resilience as armor. This brings us back to something I talked about not too long ago, the necessity of failure. Why do we need our kids to lose gracefully? Because resilience is the armor they wear against predators and manipulators. A predator looks for weaknesses. They look for the kid who is desperate for validation, who crumbles under pressure, who does not know how to advocate for themselves. If a teenager falls apart every time they get a bad grade, miss a throw, or face a minor social rejection, how are they going to handle a boss who asks them to do something unethical? How are they going to handle a manipulator who uses emotional leverage against them? Unfortunately, this is the way we have to think as parents. Internal strength is built by surviving small, controlled failures. When a child realizes that losing a match or making a mistake does not destroy them, they build a core of unshakable confidence. Trust me, I've seen it. That confidence is exactly what allows them to look a threat in the eye and refuse to comply. Hey, I don't care if you don't like me. It's not going to hurt my feelings. You are the sheepdog of your home, parents. Your job is not just to stand at the gate and bark at the darkness. Your job is to train the flock so that if a wolf ever does manage to get over the fence, they find a pack of lions waiting for them. That is your job. That's my job. That's my wife's job. We're not just loud because it's fun to be loud. We're loud because if you get over my fence, if you get through me, yeah, I'm the easy part. Because now you got three little people that are going to rip you to fucking shreds. Because they know that they are resilient. Hold them close. Love them fiercely because you don't have them for a long time. And I know that's hard. It's hard for me. My youngest is about to be 13. That's hard. But you have to arm them with the intuition, the strength, the ruthless discernment to survive the world exactly as it is. Yes, we work to improve the world, but we have to be realistic about the world. And if we ignore the realities of the world and don't prepare them for it, then we have failed. And we have failed them, and we have set them up for a world of pain, for a lifetime of pain. Conclusion: the fortress and the forge. Parenting in this era is the most critical deployment for my military veterans out there you will ever face. You look at your 16-year-old, your 14-year-old, and almost 13-year-old in my case, and your deepest instinct is to build an impenetrable wall around them, right? Put that bubble around them, right? That is the correct instinct. Do not let any modern parenting guru or progressive educator tell you it is wrong to be fiercely protective of your own blood. Oh, let them go to that party with the with the parents that give their kids alcohol. It's okay. It's 2026. Fuck off. Fuck off. If I hear, oh, it's 2026 one more time to justify stupid ass behavior, okay. But true protection must eventually evolve into preparation. A fortress is useless if the people inside do not know how to fight. And it's really useless if they don't know how to fight if the walls are ever breached. By teaching your teenagers to trust their gut, to ruthlessly vet the adults in their lives, and to handle failure without shattering, you are giving them the ultimate tactical advantage. You are permanently removing them from the prey category. The world is not going to get softer. I'm sorry to break that to some of y'all. And the predators are not going to go away. Do not apologize for holding your kids close and guarding the door. Just make sure that while you have them under your roof, you are forging them into adults who can stand their ground, hold the line, and fight back when the time comes. Comment your thoughts below. Thank you for listening. Make sure you guys check out our Etsy store. The link will be down below. The link to the newsletter will also be down below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on Veterans Perspectives. Thanks, guys.